whole carpet is wet. Like, it's not just right here, it's everywhere.
We had just got this apartment from moving from Houston to Atlanta. We were getting ready to have our baby, and we're excited to have a place to live. And this is what we got.
Master bedroom. And I don't know if you can. To the bathroom. This is my shower.
This was our second day being here. It did not look like this when we first moved in. I did note that the floors were damp and was told that was because they had just cleaned the carpets. But as you can see, that was a lie. It looks like they had just got done cleaning from the floods, and they did not make us aware of what was happening. They moved us into this unit knowing that we had 2 kids and a baby on the way. The entire basement used to flood. I reached out to news articles. I've also reached out to lawyers. I reached out to so many different people, and nobody was able to help. The water was literally coming from the floorboards as well. It was sickening. We were sick all the time. I would pass out often just from being, I guess, overwhelmed with the stress. We did try to make life as normal as possible for the kids by treating them to different gifts and, celebrating holidays just to make it seem normal. But overall, I was highly stressed. Their dad worked on the road, so I was left here alone with the kids majority of the time. This hole was cut into the wall after it was leaking. They came and cut a hole to see where the water was coming from, and then they just left it there for weeks. We used to have the alarm going off consistently, the fire alarm, and you have to go outside because it was extremely loud. Again, the water was just leaking. And I used to have a business. Well, I have a cooking business. I wasn't able to perform my business because the living arrangements were just horrible. I didn't want to cook for people here.
All that right there is wet. All that back there is wet. So they pretty much can't sleep in their room. So across the hall, the ceiling is coming in to the building. And if you look at my ceiling, you can see kind of like the indentation of where it looked like it want to come in. And it looks even worse in my room. He has a wooden bed, Yeah, it's already affecting his bed. If you can see that discoloration that's from that water being on his bed, and it's along the wall too. The same discoloration that's on his bed is on the wall.
This was a consistent thing. I wasn't working at the time, unfortunately, because I just gave birth and we had just moved to Atlanta, so I was looking for a job. But as you can see, this is my equipment. I had a baking business, but I wasn't able to operate my business because of the damages. And again, this is us being outside with the fire department because of the alarm going off consistently. The carpet stayed flooded. I did the best that I could. There was nowhere for us to go. I did have family and friends who allowed us to come over from time to time, but for the most part, I was here by myself with the kids in this flooded apartment.
Come in the bathroom. Bathroom's flooded.
Luckily, I was able to get a job, and I was able to get enough money for us to break the lease and move. Y'all. So when I finally got a lawyer, because I ended up slipping and falling and hurting myself, and this was a long time ago, and to this day I still have pain from that accident. So once I was able to get a lawyer, they told me that the building was not.
Yeah, this is what was left. This floor is soaking wet, like soaking wet. I don't know if you can hear that.
Even supposed to be operational. Nobody was even supposed to be in the building. So we were living in this building. We were paying money monthly to live here to a company that didn't even exist, which was crazy to me. But yeah, so this is what we were going through for a little while. After moving to Atlanta, I was very just distraught. Like I said, just gave birth to a newborn baby in an apartment alone. And when we first moved in, if you wanted to know how it looked, this is how it looked. There was no indication of any major problems. Like I said, the carpet was damp, but it's because they said that they had just cleaned the carpets. Everything looked nice. I was very thankful and appreciative and grateful to have a place that we can call home. Unfortunately, we ended up in a pretty messed up situation. And for anybody who is going through anything in life, my advice to you would be to not give up always stay strong, and you can always overcome anything and persevere. It's not the end of the world if you're in a messed up situation. We were in a very stressful situation and we overcame it. Like again, I said I was able to get a job, and I was able to help provide and get us into a new spot. The spot that we moved in next is the spot that we still live in to this day. So it's pretty cool here. It's a luxury here, to be honest, compared to this place. Also, when we moved in, this place was full of like spiders, and that should have been a huge red flag. But again, I did not get to see the apartment before moving in, because if I did, I would have never moved my kids into this apartment. But once we signed the lease and gave the money and got the keys, there was really nothing that we can do, especially because they were not cooperating with us. But yeah, let me know what you think of this video.